Alright, everyone, we are back with the tag team review. This time around, we're going to be taking a look at Edge of Eternities. As it's always the case, David's here with me. How are you doing, David?
Good. I've been dragged out of retirement to look at some spaceships.
Some spaceships. Yeah, the set looks really good. It's important to note that this is going to be a rotational set, so standard's going to be rotating. The set looks powerful, so I think a lot of the things here are going to set the bar for what sees play in standards, at least for a while.
Yeah, definitely. I'm like obviously like not as in touch with the game as possible as like frequently, but I think that like the rotation will help, and the sets recently have looked pretty cool. And this set's no exception. I like the designs feel pretty eloquent and elegant as opposed to like raw power, which is always appealing.
Yeah. Alright, so let's just start it off. I really liked like some of the warp cards, especially because they lead to powerful sequences, and there's a lot of ways of like trying to make the most of them. You're going to be looking at ways to blink the cards, like station. Cards like Neoform work really well with them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think warp is a really interesting variation on dash. I think like it's a good mechanic, and it's there's a lot of like I think there'll be like a lot of blowout turns where you'll just set up like these really kind of big exciting plays. So I think it's like a good mechanic and a really interesting variation on dash.
Yeah. They also interact very well with Up the Beanstalk, and that's still legal in Pioneer, so there's something there as well. Alright, so let's just go through it. Exalted Sunborn seems like a reasonable card. Um, you could
like this.
you could like
kind of
if you have Elspeth in play and like you warp this and you make a bunch of things, right?
Yeah, it seems like a piece for like the mono white deck, that kind of strategy. It's also just like very castable as like a 4/5 Banestair Angel type card, but also like you can split it up and have a turn where you make like a bunch of tokens. I think it's a really cool design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I have seen a lot of people talk about the Riddler as like the strongest and most abusable warp cards. This is really strong with Ephemerate. People are talking about playing this in Modern with Failure and Ephemerate, things like that. It's
yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
it's like a huge body, and if you, as it's the case with the Angel, it's hard castable. It's a very good top deck in the late game because you draw two cards.
Yeah, that seems and again like the nice thing about like these two warp creatures, you'll kind of find just casting them for like 3 blue or 3
Yeah,
white.
especially in standards, right?
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, in standard, I think the card that works the best with this is Dower Part Mage, which is a frog from Boomburrow. It's a 2 mana 1/3 that whenever a creature leaves play without dying, you draw a card. So you get a lot of like synergy there if you're trying to build like a blink style deck. But the important part about these two creatures, at least, that they're just good on their own. You don't need to go too far to make them work.
Yeah, and that's always like the best kind of card. Like cards that like combo with magic cards we've talked
Yeah,
about before.
exactly.
Winners.
They're also super flexible, right? Like you don't have a turn 2 play. Okay, I'm just gonna warp this and draw cards. That's totally reasonable. I like this one. It could potentially do nothing, but it is like giving cards in your hand warped for 3 is potentially powerful as a sneak attack kind of card.
Yeah, I think that card is interesting as well. Like, yeah, it's a strange card because like it might do nothing, but it's kind of got a lot of the right kind of keywords and
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
it makes you think, which is always kind of cool.
And that's what's like the best thing about Magic. Like cards that make you think are so, like at least to me, that's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one needs really much telling that Monstrous Rage is really good on rate, but like cards like this are what make Magic good.
Yeah. Cosmogrand Zenith is probably playable. I'm not sure if there's gonna be a deck that supports it.
That card is probably my favorite card in the set.
Yeah.
It's like a really like interesting. It's like Sage of the Skies, and that kind of card is nice because it gives your white weenie deck like the chance on turn 3 you make the Cosmonaut, then turn 2 you can make like a 2 and a 1 or a 2 and a 2.
It basically kicks your one drop that maybe has fallen off, right? So that's reasonable.
Yeah. In my mind, that's like it's such a great design, and I like decks like White Weenie because like often they're not as oppressive as red decks. The creatures are just kind of good.
Yeah.
So.
And White Weenie got some good support for this set. Remember that like removal spells are getting worse for a little bit. So creatures like this are going to have a better chance of like just being good.
Yeah.
Speaking of creatures,
also,
Mhm.
sorry. The like interesting thing for like other formats like Legacy, for example, is you can like
Yeah, for
the
spells,
Stompy
right?
deck. Yeah, like the Stompy deck might like want this kind of card because there's like this and Sage of the Skies, and like if you have enough of that kind of effects and Legacy becomes about like I don't know board control, which it definitely can. There's like a lot of value to this kind of card.
Yeah, because this helps you contest the Monarch very well because it goes wide.
Yeah, like not that we're like a cube podcast, but that card's great and like that'll be like a great cube card in some environments.
I'm not sure this matters too much, but this triggers on every turn. So if you're playing a deck like the past Soldiers deck that can play on both turns, this gets better.
It's also just like a good size, like a 2/4 is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like it also can just be a 4-drop. Like, yeah.
I think one of the best removal spells in Standard after rotation is going to be Nowhere to Run. So like a card like this has value.
Yeah. I hope this card's good.
Autoborrowed kinda has a chance of seeing play. There's a lot of good counters cards in Standards. Cards that care about counters, cards that double your counters. There's also like a skeleton of a mono-green aggressive deck. There's no more cut down to just kill your 4-drop, so maybe this card could be like the top end of your curve.
Oh, we'll be talking about mono green Stompy. I have thoughts.
Yeah, we have thoughts. Next we have our replacement for Temporary Lockdown. This card is really strong because like we all know this effect, but this also has like a win condition attached to it. And what I think this card got much better after this card. I think we can just skip ahead a little bit after Simrip got spoiled, because this is a portable hole you can play alongside your Temporary Lockdown, which I think like it's going to cover a lot of bases for your control decks.
Yeah, I've seen like a lot of the Discord talk about that card. It seems really good, and then it's got like that nice kind of end game effect, which is really cool for your removal spell. That's very appealing for your any kind of removal spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, good card's good.
Good card is good. Yeah. I'm not sure what's the intent with this card for them. Like it's a reanimation card that removes the abilities of your creatures. I'm not like it is powerful. You can use this with Cauldron as well, but it is a really weird card.
Maybe I meant to reanimate like a big like a well-statted creature that has like a downside and just. But yeah, it's a strange design. It's, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably more of like a balance thing. They didn't want to put like a full reanimation effect on a stick, probably.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, uh, we have, speaking of like the white Winnie deck, we were talking about Light Stall Inquisitor. This card is crazy good.
Yeah, that card seems pretty nice for those of us who like White Weenie. It's a bit like a like kind of Esper Sentinel-esque card.
Yeah, this card
Yeah.
plays really well with Aven Interrupter. It's an Angel Wizard, which are relevant types. The Angels deck in
Oh,
Pioneer, for example, lacked a good early place. This is a really good one.
yeah. I think that card will be really good and like very annoying for a lot of people, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like sniping a fetch could be incredible. Good in like maybe like Green White Company.
Mm-hmm. Very good
Yeah,
in Green White Company.
Yeah.
Ice Explorer could be a weird combo card somewhere. Well, this is interesting card.
Yeah, I've seen you've played a lot of that, like the Urian land. I don't really know what goes in your deck, but I've seen you play like a lot of Urian land strategies. Is this a card that might go in that?
Yeah, maybe because you can play one and get it with Nature's Rhythm. Yeah, could be good there. This is just I remember why I flagged this card. This card is really strong with Rydia, which is the Gruul landfall creature from Final Fantasy that whenever you play a land you loot. So
Sure.
you can see the value engine building itself with this, and it's nice that this is like hidden 3-drop because like you can play a land immediately when you play this on 4 mana, right? So it's kind of a powerful effect.
Yeah, very interesting.
This card seems really strong as well. It's sheltered by ghosts for 1 mana basically. It's really good
Yeah.
for your Boggle strategies.
Imagine playing Boggles enough to buy this. Would be me. Yeah, this set just has like
So many good,
it's really
powerful cards, right?
yeah, it's so interesting. Like interesting, but like not kind of like a rate monster. Like oh yeah, this card's like good on rate. It's just like interesting like little pieces,
Yeah.
which I think is good, like a good move.
Because like this card is strong, but like you can interact with it. Like word 1 is like a speed bump, but it's not hexproof, right? It's pretty good. I'm really excited about. This is probably, I think, the only like really playable station card, the synthesizer. So.
Station's a really
Mm-hmm.
like a really interesting mechanic, I think.
Yeah.
Like it kind of like I don't know. It feels like you're never gonna get to like the big stations, but like for limited, it's probably a really awesome mechanic.
Yeah, there's some ways of cheating, like station. They made some high power creatures with some downsides as well, so there might be something there.
Oh,
Like
the 4/1 for
yeah, the
black.
4-1. Like this one is perfect for like it. Basically, what you get like you can turn any artifact into a 2/2 with flying every combat, and it only stations for 2. So like if you play either Stormtamed Siren and the Tribune Spectre card on turn 1 or 2, you can do this immediately on turn 2 and start bashing in the air for 2 every turn. But I think that's a pretty potent standard combination, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And you don't even need to bump this up to 9 station. Like sometimes it's gonna happen probably, but I don't know. Seems easy enough to enable.
Yeah. Yeah, I think station's a cool mechanic. Definitely like one of their best limited mechanics. And some of them obviously playing construct. Like you sometimes just like getting the first level of the station is going to be good enough. Like on that card.
Mm-hmm. Like the Warmaker Gunship, for example, it is just a removal spell attached to a station card Like sometimes you're
Yeah.
just gonna tap your constructs and animate this, right?
Hmm.
Same with the frigates. Like if the White Winnie deck is real, you're probably playing this.
Yeah.
Especially.
That kind of
Mhm.
sorry, that kind of effect is so important for like White Weenie, like having a post Wrath. I know there's a Wrath that exiles artifacts, so that might be a problem, but like I think, yeah, I think that has a shot of seeing play.
Yeah, especially because a lot of some of your creatures are going to have like vigilance as well, so it's not like you're going to waste an attack by just screwing this. Uh, I really like Nova Hellkites. I think this is a really potent card for red decks.
That card is real nice.
Like base stat line is just like Lava X, right? It's for 3, which is pretty crazy.
I couldn't resist. But yeah, the card's just like a really that card is like probably like one of the closest to like it's really like just efficient card. But like it's a bigger red card, which is interesting. But like I think people will get warped out a little bit as well. Like it's just that's such a good red card. Like
Yeah.
good on turn 3. Yeah,
There's like
nice.
if you ever kill a creature with this,
Yeah,
so
you're gonna be like you're just going to the bank.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Consult the Star Charts. I will want to talk about that card.
Oh, me too. I think this card is like really good. I might be overhyping it, but I think it's one of the best blue draw spells we have seen in years.
This is like, I mean, after watching the Waffa Tapper video, I can appreciate some better think twice action. This card is so much better than it looks. Like, because the joke about this card is on turn 6, you might not even want to kick it. Like, you just might want to like double like have turns where you play this and then you find like a 4-drop, or you can kick it, look for the 2-drop, and you're seeing like a lot of cards on turn 6. This is like a really good like Pillage the Bog in my mind, and that card's pretty good. It just has like bad color combination.
Yeah, I can
like,
see that for sure.
I think this card is like, I'm not saying like go out and buy Think Twices and Teach-ins, and because like I think now like control decks will exist in formats as metagame calls. Like it'll just be like, okay, everyone's playing domains, so like my Jace theme deck is really well lined up into that kind of metagame.
Yeah.
So like, but it's a cool card. Like it's a kind of mid-range card as well. You see a lot of cards and it scales, and yeah, I think this card is really good. Like I can imagine in Pioneer for blue-white, you'll have turns where you play this on turn 6, you look at 6, and then you find like a Wandering Emperor, and then you like blow them out with Wandering Emperor. It's really good. Like very.
Yeah, it's just awesome to have a spell that you can play to hit your land drops early. Like you can play this on turn 2 and hit your land drops, which is really important for control. But it just scales so potently in the late game. Like you don't need to be stuck with farm memory delusion in your deck anymore if you care about efficiency.
Could you imagine this in like a modern past where like Blue Scapeshift was a good deck? How insane that card would be.
Yeah, I think this
like,
card is awesome.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan, and it's nice to see that kind of design be attempted, because I think it would be nice if control could like be playable.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
it's always healthy for standards.
Yeah.
We have a Toxic Deluge-esque card in 0-point ballad, which you might see play or not. I'm a Toxic Deluge hater in general. Paying life is tough, but could be interesting.
Yeah, when decks have so much reach, it's kind of hard to play that kind of thing. But I feel that, yeah, it's fine. It's a tool.
Yeah. Weapons manufacturing is really good, I think. It's like for your sacrifice decks. This is really good with only cool to envy as someone who's fighting else. I really like that you can do this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
that's such a nice design again. Like interesting, makes you think. I'm a big aristocrats enjoyer or mayhem devil enjoyer for the modern age.
the modern
Um,
age.
so yeah,
Yeah. I really like this one as well. Emissary Escorts.
that card is
It
gonna
is just good.
is gonna yeah that card is gonna be really big, in like a lot of like interesting ways. Like it's so large.
Yeah, it's
Like
not hard to play, like in standard. It's not hard to play this on turn 2, and on turn 3 you can play Memory Guardian, and you're hitting them for 5.
yeah, because there was that artifact deck in standard that someone local to me top 8'd or nearly top 8'd the RC with.
Like the make a bunch of maps, play a bunny kind of deck, right?
Yeah,
the
like
bunny corn.
I am. That card's just really big.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
I like Gix's command is rotating, so, and I think our enemy's charm can kind of fill that space. The more I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, this card kind of reads like Gix's commands to me in a weird way.
You have to play so many. Like I think a mistake people make with that kind of card is like that's a mono black card. That's not like a green black card, because like if you want to cast it on turn 3, you need like a lot of swamps in your deck.
See, I was thinking that, but the more I thought about it, like if I was trying to frame this as a Gix's command card, this is a fine card to cast a 5-drop, right? That's when your creatures are gonna have died, so you can return some of them. You can make trades, but yeah, of course, this is a much better card than mono black.
I guess my problem is with this card is like it's not impactful enough on turn 5 potentially.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like, so it's not like Gix's command where that card doesn't really like bail you out. Like I will admit, I haven't played much of Gix's command because I just haven't played standard for a long while.
Mm-hmm.
But that card like always kind of seemed absurd for getting people out of situations where I don't think the Eternities charm does get you out of those tough situations. Like it's good, and like if it's like a modern yeah, it's a pretty good rate. But it doesn't give you like the blowouts necessary that Gix's command can do. Is how I feel about it.
Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable to me for sure. Yeah, but this might be like a good reason for you to consider playing mono black, because the card, it's like if you're playing this on turn 3, like it's great. It does everything you want basically. Do you want to talk about the Saboteur?
So there used to be this card called Plague Sliver. I'll tell you a little story about Plague Sliver.
Story time.
It used to be a 2 black 5/5 for, and you lost the life in your upkeep, and like you brought this in like the control mirror, and they'd be like, oh no, I have no removal, so I'm gonna die to that. This card is like, I think like again there isn't really much control, but like could you imagine playing this against a deck like Domain out of like a control deck?
Yeah,
or like
they're just gonna die.
It just kills really quick, and like you kind of always get your card back. And I think that this is like potentially like a really powerful sideboard card, or like I don't know, like in Pioneer, like against a deck like Lotus, like you force these into this, like they don't really have tons of turns.
Yeah, I like that this is a good design, because it's good. It is gonna be really weak against creature decks.
Yeah, like yeah, it's talking of design. Oh, we're getting near. Oh, we're so near the frenzy tower.
Yeah. Let's see. I kind of want to touch on the Angel a little bit. I think it's like if there's a white aggressive deck, I think the Angel is kind of nice. It plays well into the things we were talking about. This gives you a lot of resiliency. So that's kind of something you always want. You can also play this on turn 3 first if you need for some reason. Yeah, we can talk about the bellow. I actually watched the play design team talk about how they wanted to make green aggressive strategy viable in standards, and this was their attempt at doing it. This card is going to be really annoying for some decks, like very frustrating, very frustrating. I almost wish they gave this card like word 1 instead of like can't be countered or something.
Okay, I'm just ready for my rant.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so there's a really good expression in English about the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And, okay, firstly, this card isn't even good. Like, it's not like a oppressively good card, because it kind of beats decks that don't really exist.
Yeah,
it's kind of a bit like when they printed Kataki in Saviors of Kamigawa. And like the idea was that Kataki was going to save the day against these horrible artifact bans, but like they didn't exist because they've been banned by this point.
Yeah.
So like, this card is like, it kind of like, I get why you might want to promote green aggressive deck. That's fine. That's like a interesting design space allegedly. But in terms of like the design, it feels like it's like going to the doctor with, I don't know, toothache, and then like dropping a hammer on your foot. It just doesn't really like eloquently solve a problem that deck might have. And like it just, I don't know, it kind of like embodies a lot of what people dislike about current Magic design. It's like a lot of words, it's not very elegant. And like, I get it, like I get why play design might want the green deck to exist, which is fine because there's no problem with that. But like, it just feels very clunky at solving, and it doesn't really solve the problem that the green deck that exists. Like, there's no think twice, make disappear, or quench equivalent control deck.
Yeah,
Like,
if there's always like, if there's going to be like a mono blue deck, because this is just like, this is crazy good against a deck that has counter spells and can't kill creatures.
Yeah, but
right?
like those decks don't really exist ever. Like, yeah, I just don't really get the like. I get the vision for a green aggressive deck. That's like a logical, but I don't really think this is a good design. And I don't think the card is too good, and I'm not salted. I don't even play the game, so like I'm not like, oh, like my precious mana leaks. It's just like, why? This could be getting like Pioneer, like potentially at some point.
Yeah, it's good with Nictus.
Yeah, that's
so
that's
so like basically the way you want to look at this is like, do you want to treat you with haste and trample? The answer might be yes.
Yeah, like you're playing this because it's a 3/2 trample. The other like text is kind of like a bonus, and when it's good, it'll be good. Like,
yeah. Exactly.
Like, I don't think the card is like oppressive or miserable. I just think it's a bit. It's kind of like solving problems that don't really exist.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about. I like Eladulum Terrabotanist.
Okay.
That card is like kind of wild. Like, I remember Jardy offshoots it and play. And now it's back.
I was gonna mention it. It's a 2/3.
Like, you can play it, block a guy, gain some life, and like.
Are you just saying I can gain 3 life for every Capena fetch land I play? Sign me up. GG's.
Yeah, that's a nice card. Like, it's a bit small ball for how red decks are, but like they stack really well. Yeah, I think that card has a shot.
Yeah.
Sideboard option.
Let's see. So this is one of the cards I was talking about, the Monoist Sentry.
The 4/1 defender.
Yeah,
it's a nice design.
It's a funny card, a 4/1 defender. So, yeah, if your deck is interested in stationing for some reason, this is like a good enabler, and it's like a Doomblade, so it is
Black,
good. It is good
Black
in trade.
Doomblade.
Yeah, it's a Black Doomblade. Because yeah, it just trades really well. I think this card could be a player in that. I really like this one, Scrounge from Eternity. It is a nice like reanimation spell.
Yeah, like you can set like a lander token, a clue. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and like it is capped at how big the creature it is you can reanimate, but there's like Black Overlord, a bunch of good stuff. Yeah, so there's Simrip that we talked about. This card seems really good.
Yeah, that card seems a great, like really nice tool.
Yeah, we all know how good Portable Hole is, and this is a good one.
I realise there's another thing I can rant about in a bit. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. There's also, speaking of the Boggles deck, this card seems really good. It's a 1-mana version of a card we had before, Cetacean Armor or something like that. It even gives a toughness the creature a toughness boost, which is kind of nice. Vote Out is very similar to Pile On, which is a card we had before. Some decks are could be interested in playing this, like if you're playing a bunch of like sacrifice style decks where you're going to have a ton of little creatures lying around. This kind of effect is useful. The main thing that I'm looking at the stats, there's no really great replacement for the removal spells we're losing, so I think that creature decks are going to be a bit better for a while, because interaction is going to be worse. Have you seen this one, the Fowler's Faithful?
I like that card.
That card seems really good, right? Because like it is. Sometimes they do this. They take like a limited card, like the 3-mana destroy a creature that took damage this turn. It is a pretty classic limited effect. But they stapled village rights and a removal spell in a bench, right?
Yeah, that card's nice. That's like quite a ravenous chupacabra.
Yeah, the more I look at this kind of card makes your like sacrifice style deck so much better.
Yeah, it's the perfect tool for that.
You have the little idiots to attack into their guys, right? And you want to sacrifice stuff? Seems perfect.
Yeah. I think that card might be like a real sleeper. Like, it seems really good. Like, if you're making tokens, it's good. If you're, it just seems like a really good rate, and like just powerful, and interesting. Like just like a,
it seems like a good design. Do you have any thoughts on this guy? It seems like it should be good, right? I'm just like struggling to see where this could play. The Edge Rover.
Yeah, like maybe. I mean, definitely looks good in like our green aggressive deck. Like curving this into the Balloff is that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's kind of good. I like that. Like maybe you're playing Tifa and you're playing some landfall creatures. Like the lander token could be useful to you in that scenario.
Yeah, like that's true. And like, yeah, I think this card is pretty good. I'm a fan.
Yeah, it seems quite good to me as well. What else do we have here? There's also. I think this card have has a lot of potential. I have seen people talking about this. In the,
On Scout for Survivors.
yeah, in the context of modern,
Yeah.
because like the joke is that you can get like a 3 drop and like 2 ballistas with this. So you could get like your Heliods or Ravager or something like that. Is a way of cheating the cards, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that card is cool. I like. Is it Gruesome Menagerie or whatever it's called?
Yeah, Gruesome Menagerie is one of the effects that does this.
So yeah, I think that card could be good.
Yeah, it could be good for sure.
I guess
Mhm.
my problem with modern is like the bar is so like high
Yeah.
because of how powerful modern is. But yeah,
Yeah, it's always good to keep that kind of stuff in mind. Like modern is a very powerful effect format. Not always that you're gonna be playing with new cards, right? That makes sense. We also have Umbral Color Zealot. Speaking of our sacrifice deck, this is a like probably the strongest sacrifice outlet we had since Viscerous here,
yeah, that card is nice.
which is
That
saying
card's
which is saying a lot. That's the card seems crazy good.
Yeah, that card's priced to move.
It is priced to move. Yeah. There was another one I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, we have a null backing standards. Really,
Yeah.
really good card. Really relevant card for them to print again. It's great against all the overlords. It's great against Aga the Soul Cauldron and FOMO. So it's probably going to be a good card against the blue red VV deck. I expect this one to be like a tool that you reach for very often.
Yeah, I agree.
I like that. I think this card is not good enough, but I like that they made a way to punish warp effects or cards at discount. Unravel is a nice design. I just wish they priced this a little better. Just made it cheaper for some reason.
Yeah, I agree. It's a cool design. But yeah, like the bar for cancel is it's a tough sell in the current design.
Yeah, it's tough to play this over something like 3 steps ahead. Like, yeah, sometimes you might might punish someone, but it's not gonna be very often. But yeah, I like the efforts. This is going to be probably very good in limited, where everyone's just gonna be warping out of their minds.
It seems like a really slow limited format.
Yeah, like everyone's gonna try to be stationing and warping and doing things like that. So I like Unravel.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on trajectory?
Let me tell you how overhyped our friend the
Tragic slip.
Tragic Slip was. Like, my god, the coat. Like, oh yeah, like vintage playable, like all of it. It's like, oh man, like card is so overrated. The beta disfigure is obviously better because 2 is bigger than 1. Yeah, it's probably like when disfigure's good, it's good. If you can kick it, that'll be cool. But like,
Yeah, this seems like really strong in Pixie.
yeah, it seems like a great pixie card.
Yeah, that I think that's about it. Where I can see this cards in play, either in like if you're playing Sacrifice or you're playing Pixie. Having 1 mana terminates, like a bit being sorcery speed, it is really powerful. But this is more of a build around than anything. Speaking of, I think this card is really strong. They basically made Gravecrawler. That's like a side upgrade, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that card is pretty cool. Like
it's not hard to combo with this, right?
nope. Combos with magic cards.
Combos with
The
magic
best
cards. What else do we have here? Like another one of these designs that I wish they pushed a little bit harder on this.
The new quench, yeah.
Yeah. It's nice that you get a land if they can pay, but probably a bit of a weak one. Uh, it's not always that this kind of cards you play, but there are some scenarios where low on Dryad is a playable magic card.
Yeah.
So our pollinator guy here deserves a shout out. What else do we have? I don't see a lot of like strong commons for this one.
No, I don't.
Oh, this speaking of strong commons, yeah, this card is pretty crazy. The relic.
The relic. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of cards that like to be bounced, this seems really strong. With people are even like people are saying that I don't play Pauper that much, but people are saying that this card is like game breaking in Pauper.
I don't. Yeah, I don't really play Pauper, but yeah.
Because like you can, this works with sacrifice, this works with blink effects, right? This works with return to your hand effects. So it, like they're saying this is game breaking Pauper because you can play it with this with Glint Hawk, you can play this with Deadly Dispute, which that one is banned, but you can play that with the other one that makes a map.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like a great card.
It's like very versatile, right? So that's what people are talking about these days. Yeah, this also seems pretty good in standard if you can enable it.
Like Pixies, perhaps?
Yeah, Pixies, perhaps. If your deck cares about artifacts, maybe. You can play this with experimental synthesis. No, it's not experimental synthesizer. The pod for artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
It's synthesizer Bay, I think that's what the card is called. Yeah, I think that's it. We can go to the gold cards now.
Kind of like pretty weak gold cards, I think. Like, I like the green-white guy quite a lot, and the black-white guy.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about those. Yeah, I don't think like maybe there's enough chance that the blue-red one can see play, but probably not. I really like the green-white guy because you can just do this on turn 2, right? You can enable this on turn 2 because there are plenty of creatures in standard that enter with a counter and they cost 1.
Yeah.
So like it is a crazy curve if you can do that, and it scales well into the late game. Like as we were talking about, aggro decks love having this type of effects. It's a great mana sink, it's great on curves. Yeah, so I think this card is really good. It just depends on if the shell is strong enough for it. Yeah, this plays really well with Innkeeper's Talent as well. I think this is gonna be like one of the first things I try from when this set drops.
God, that's a card that isn't. Yeah, I haven't thought about a card for a while.
Yeah. That card kind of fell off of a cliff when like Mono Red took over the Groom Ice as like the de facto aggro deck.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have Sir Vodan. It's a pretty good one. Whenever a creature is like a nice payoff for a sacrifice deck. I like that there's like enough pieces for this now. Between this, you have Sephiroth, you have Vengeful Witch. So it's nice that like okay, I can sacrifice a bunch of creatures, but why am I doing that? Right? That you need a strong reason.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I really like the Jenny Murphy Mago.
Yeah, I like that guy too.
That card is so nice with Tifa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this. I just like that card a lot.
Yeah. People are also playing like the Hydra right now from Foundations. That card, it's a 0/0 that gets a bunch of counters and you double its power whenever a land enters play. So this and Tifa, you can stack them and like make huge creatures pretty fast. This also works well with the Chocobo. So I can see the landfall deck being blue green now because you're going to have enough reasons to do that. So I would keep an eye on this creature. I think it's really good. What are your thoughts on the Cosmogoyf, David? Are you a Cosmogoyf enjoyer?
No.
No. Yeah, I think this card is pretty bad. It's like one of the joke cards they do every set. Like I don't see the appeal in the Cosmogoyf. It's a bit unfortunate. Um, yeah, this card's also nice. Like whenever you sacrifice an artifact, you do 2 damage to them. So this could go well with the munitions card we saw earlier. I don't see why not. This is like you can't control the board like Mayhem Devil, but this kills them pretty fast. So could be good. Okay, just let's go quickly here to the artifacts. I think we're almost done. Soon to be restricted vintage cards, Tezzeret Crew Captain.
Yeah, this is like. I assume I haven't played Vintage for ages, but this card will be very good. Like this card will be good in like potentially Legacy decks. This card just is. It's a cool design, and like maybe even modern. Like you can finding Mox Opal is appealing. Finding Shadow Spears is appealing. It's a really powerful turn 2 card. You can do like lots of really good things with this on turn 2, and then just play a bunch of baubles. Like that card is very good. I'm glad Consigned to Memory exists.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I mostly agree. Like I think this could be good enough for standard as well. We were just talking about like how there's a very good shelf for blue white artifacts, and that kind of deck is going to be very interested in like reaching the ultimate really fast, which is pretty doable since it counts tokens as well. So like you play a map and whatever, it just grows. And I think that's mostly it. There's also we can talk about. Do you want to talk about something here?
I want to rant about shock clouds.
Okay.
Don't like it. It's really tough for wizards because they're rares, but like it feels so horrible to have 5 in a set. Like I really hate it. Like it just feels like I know that whenever the next set's out, the other 5 will probably be in there, but like it just feels it really limits your options, and I don't really like that.
Yeah.
But I get there's only so many rare slots, etc., but like I don't know. Yeah, not a huge fan.
Yeah, I mean, I can throw wizards a bone here. I think it's interesting if they do this if they do this correctly, where it's cool to have like let's put away our blue white deck for a little bit, right? Let's just do this like for one set. Like they need to be quick about this, but like I can definitely see like why you would not like that.
Yeah. The like big station lands seem like casual cards.
Right.
Like, I love a Tolarian Academy, but like you're just better attacking a lot of the time if you're stationed in 12.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I can see some of them being good because, like, so let's talk about the blue one for example. If you're playing a blue white deck that's a blue deck that cares about artifacts, you probably have experiment. You have the blue cards that makes a lot of constructs.
Yeah.
And, like, you make a lot of big ones. Like, is this gonna be like the best card in your deck? Probably not. But it's probably going to be reasonable enough for you to play one, right? I don't think there's like anything more than that. Honestly, the same is valid for all the other ones. Like if your deck has big creatures that don't attack very often or something like that, I think you should consider like the planets. I think they are being like tossed aside too easily. Basically, I think they're probably a bit better than what they look. Yeah, I think that's it. We're done with our review for Edge of Eternities. What are your final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, time for me to go into the cryogenic chamber. I like the set. I think it's like interesting designs. It's not like I don't know like how much of an impact it will have, but overall I like it. I think it will be good.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what the rotation will bring. The thing is, because rotation's so big now, there's so many more sets.
Mm-hmm.
I think that will be interesting as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, as it always happens with rotation, you often have to let go of like your preconceived notions of what is good, what is not good, because all of that is contextual most of the time. Yeah, I think that's it, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we will be back in like 3 months. All right.
Yeah, it was fun. Okay.